It's semi-final time in Paris and Jannik Sinner is going for the title and the #1 spot. He's looked a little bit shaky, but he's winning his matches. On the other side, Daniil Medvedev loses to Sasha Zverev. Bublik's looking unplayable. Felix back on an indoor hard court doing the business, and we're going to speak about it all on this episode.
That's right, JG. It is usual suspects, it seems, on one side of the draw. And on the other side, it's some players who have come through, I'd say it's an easy route for some and a difficult route for another. And Sasha Bublik having the year of his life, it would seem. Can he go one step further? We're going to get into the race to Turin, what's possible for the likes of Musetti, for Felix, maybe even Bublik as well. And Jannik Sinner and Sasha Zverev on an indoor hard court. They're not meeting in a final, but it is a semi-final. Sinner looks unplayable once again. Zverev, despite the slow courts, he still looks pretty good. But that's where I wanted to start, actually. Watching the tennis this week, for me, I know that they've slowed it down, Paris, to like a 35.1 or something on this CPI. For me, watching the tennis, I've never seen Paris look so slow. It almost like slow motion that some of the rallies that they're playing, and especially in the Zverev Medvedev match, because it looked like neither player were able to hit that many winners, and it really took like a concerted effort over the course of a long point to even win one. And I can see why Zverev is getting annoyed. He can't serve his way through all these matches so easily anymore. He's having to change his game, but he's still in the semis.
I know what you mean, but it wasn't that evident for me. I feel watching that matchup over the years, it doesn't matter what surface it's on, whether it's fast or slow, you're always going to get long rallies, especially when they're doing them backhand to backhand exchanges. They're very consistent players. Their styles aren't too different from each other. And Medvedev really has had a resurgence this back end of the year, considering he's beaten him, I think, 13 of the last 15 matches or something. He's been doing very well against Zverev recently, beating him more times than not. This one went all the way to the wire. It was a tie break. It was 5-5. There was match points for Daniil before. Nothing separated them. A massive serve at 5-5 in the tie break from Zverev. It pulled Medvedev all the way outside the court, and I think that's what won it. So as much as I see what you're saying, the reason I disagree is because for that very reason, for a big serve where it completely took Medvedev out of the frame on the TV, that is what won him the match. And it was impressive because how many times have we seen Sasha Zverev at them moments, the last few points of a match, how you win the match, just the 5-5 of a tie break, your set points, match points, crumble and make a big mistake by playing too passive and not take any risks. Luckily, he had his first serve to rely on, because potentially if we saw a second serve, we would have seen that version of Zverev, and maybe it would have been a complete different result. Regardless, nothing separated them. Daniil Medvedev is back. I think he's up to 12 in the live ATP rankings, and looking very good. One thing I wanted to speak about with you, well, loads of things really, because I feel like we've not done a podcast since, is just looking at the rankings in general. Obviously, this tournament, a little bit earlier on, we had Alcaraz go out, which has opened up the opportunity for Sinner now to be world #1, if so, maybe a week or so. And then you've also got the big battle of Lerner TN versus my guy, Fonseca. Fonseca's done him, I feel. Yeah. I don't know if it's too early to celebrate. I'm not sure what's coming up and whether these are playing. Maybe not.
I think Fonseca's season's over. It's been announced, but TN is still playing some of these smaller events.
So that's what worries me slightly, but it's so close. Joao Fonseca is up to 24 in the live rankings, which is amazing, a career high for him. And Lerner TN up to 30. Well, he's in 38, not his career high at the moment. Not much separating them, but I'm feeling good about Fonseca beating you. It should happen. I'm hopeful.
I think it's too many points now, unless, I mean, Tien's going to have to win a 250 or something, which I can't really see it happening. He's
He's
going to
good
have to
enough.
run. He's good, and well, if you've seen the draw for the next tournament, he'd probably have to play Medvedev yet again in like another match to get through the gauntlet
He
to
likes
try and.
Medvedev.
Yeah, he plays well against him, but I think Medvedev is slowly coming back, like you said, and we've seen the change up from Daniil. The fact that he's able to play so well this week again, and it's like it's not just in spells now; it's been a consistent good level from Daniil. He's really digging in. He's finding that old Daniil on the hard courts. I'm excited for next year for him, to be honest, because I think he's finishing this year so well. Next year, he could be back in that top 10 again and really
Could be.
starting the year well in Australia. That's normally where he comes to life. So exciting times for Daniil Medvedev. And I'd say probably exciting times for other players. I mean, Zverev's playing pretty well, but I think Bublik is the one who has really surprised everybody this year. He's become serious. That's the thing. He's actually trying to win tennis matches and dig in. He's not just giving up, not playing the fool anymore. Sometimes he does, but it's only once here and there. But he uses it to his advantage to then win tennis matches now, not just throw them away like he used to.
Technically, he's an outstanding tennis player. We know all
Incredible.
too well because we've been very close to him. We've
Yeah.
interviewed him on multiple occasions. We've watched him behind the scenes training. We've seen him interact on the practice courts and at events on multiple different surfaces. And there is a real top player in there. I think it's only him and Alcaraz this year who have beaten top 5 players on all surfaces. That's just a
Wow.
little stat for you. So it just goes to show how he is just doing the business really in all the conditions. I mean, Sinner must have had that stat as well, but I can't verify that because I just saw something online and Sinner wasn't mentioned, but I think he would have it. But Bublik, can he now go and beat Felix? Why not? Can he go and win the tournament? Potentially. We've seen him do some great stuff against Sinner. He does lose more times than not, though. And this is the best version of him we've ever seen. Whether he's going to qualify for Turin, I think it's all a little bit too late.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to win everything now before, and I don't think there's enough time. But regardless of that, he's now, I think, at this position in his career where if he can keep some momentum going into next year, he is a top 10 player without a doubt. And he is someone who could maybe sneak a Grand Slam, especially at Wimbledon. I know it's been dominated by Sinner and Alcaraz. All it takes is one of them to have a bad tournament and collapse early doors. I don't think if they go towards the back end of the tournament, they'll lose. And Bublik is that guy I feel like who can beat pretty much everyone else. You feel like Bublik could beat a Taylor Fritz. He could beat a Zverev.
He's
He
beaten
could
him.
beat a Musetti. Definitely. So very well-rounded player. On his day can beat anyone. And I think next year he's going to be targeting them Grand Slams, the Masters events, and trying to get inside that top 10 and staying in there.
Definitely possible. Someone who has all the tools. One of the most powerful players, I'd say, on tour. Brilliant serve as well. Great deft touch. If he wants to play drop shots, that type of thing. Obviously has the underarm serve as well. Like it says on the screen here, his path to make the ATP finals would be to win Paris. Then Musetti loses his Athens opener. Felix loses before the final in Metz, and then Bublik wins Metz. So there's a lot of things that have to happen for him to make it.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
not happening.
but
It's
the
too
fact
it's
it's
too little, too
possible.
late.
The fact it's possible is
Exactly. Yeah.
like great for him that he still has like a
Yeah.
target to like keep him motivated over the next week or so, just so that he can keep pushing all the way to the end of the year. But if you look at some of the players he's beaten this week, and I think this is where the contrast is. I know that we'll speak about Felix as well, because I think Felix has played brilliantly. But if you look at who he's beaten to get to this semi-final, Poprin, Masters champion, Mutet, who's in inspired form this
The best
year,
he's ever played, Mutet, by
it's
the way. I think he's at
fantastic.
a career high.
Taylor Fritz. Bear in mind, he's beaten these all in straight sets up
A lot of
until
these players are at career highs, like playing the best they've ever played too.
De Minaur, who's the best outside, you'd say, the big players on tour, if not someone like a Taylor Fritz. And look at De Minaur. He took a set off Sinner last time he played him. And now Sasha Bublik, that's somebody you'd think, oh, De Minaur, surely if he can beat everybody, he can beat the rest, but you can't beat Sinner or Alcaraz. Oh, now Bublik is stepping up, and you're seeing he has the power, and that's the one thing that De Minaur is lacking, really. And you see, when he brings it to the table, Bublik can beat Alex de Minaur now as well, and one of the most consistent players on the tour. It's looking really good for Bublik. I mean, look at this in comparison to who he's had to beat to Felix. I mean, Felix has beaten Komosana in 3, Muller in 3, Altmaier in 3, and then Vacherot in straight sets. I mean, Vacherot's the most impressive one, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, can we speak about Vacherot? Because I've got a section about him. I'm kind of still in disbelief. It's been, I would say, since we've done the podcast, probably the craziest month and biggest improvement of any player ever. I can't really recall any. I mean, maybe my memory is not great. With Aslan Karatsev, what he did was amazing, but we had a little bit more of a build up to it.
Yeah.
We saw him in the challenges, like tearing it up for a bit, and then he sort of translated that onto the main tour, and now he's gone away. With Vacherot, he's been around for a few years, and we've always joked about him on the draw previews. When it comes to Monte Carlo, he's kind of there because he's from Monaco.
That's it.
Do you know what it's called? What people are called when they're from Monaco?
No.
I do, but I forgot it. But let us know in the comments section. I think it's like Monogees or something. Monaco.
Okay.
My dad was telling me, but I can't remember, and it's a really difficult one. But yeah, that's why I just say people from Monaco, just for the record. And you always laugh because he was there purely because of that, and he wasn't very good. He used to win a few matches, maybe if he's really lucky, but he was a challenger player through and through. This year, he has been a lot better, definitely. 200 in the world he was, but all of a sudden, this last month, from where he was as a player to now, I'm genuinely thinking he is a contender for next year, pushing inside the top 10. And I'm not saying that. No, honestly, I think he's that good. I've been watching him and studying the way he plays. I think he's excellent. This tournament, for example, he beat Lehechka, who you could make arguments that he's someone who could be knocking the door at top 10. He beat him 6-1, 6-3.
Incredible.
He then went on to beat Rinda Kanesh, who's having the best season also and playing really well. Yeah, again. And then beat Cam Norrie in straight sets, who's just knocked out Alcaraz. So this Vacherot guy is seriously good. In the tournament before in Basel, he took Taylor Fritz to 3 sets and lost 7-5 in the third. I honestly think that is results of someone who's like a top 10 player. I don't know how he's become so good so quick, but in the space of a month or two, he has gone from a very average player to one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, it is. It's great to see the transformation as well. I was just literally, as you were speaking, looking up his ranking graph from, he's 26 now. We go all the way back to, let's say, 2022. So what's that? 3 years ago. So he would have been 23 years old. He was down in, what's that, 574 in the world. He's never really winning any tournaments, but he's playing in challengers, that type of thing. He's in and around the 300 mark. You can see here dropping all the way back down to 360, up to like 250. Then he's been having it slightly better, but he's never really been inside the top 100 still, even last year. And then he's outside the top 250 again, 267 in the world. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, he's now inside the top 50. Just had this crazy, like spurt of amazing tennis that's just come out of nowhere. And I think it's just confidence. Tennis is such a mental game, as we know, that if you just get a bit of head of steam, bit of confidence, you beat some good players, you get the belief. And now he's got the belief. Look who he's beating. Like you just said, Lehechka. I mean, no one does that really to Lehechka. I haven't even seen Alcaraz beat him in that sort of fashion. Crazy.
Well, you say he's inside the top 50. Do you know he's 30 in the world now? His
insane.
career high before this one was 39. Now he's 30 in the world. He's jumping like 10 places or 20 places every tournament he plays. He's up
Amazing.
there with he's ahead of Thomas Mahatch, ahead of Tsitsipas,
Wow.
ahead of Ugo Umber, Arthur Fees, Sonego, Dimitrov. Like, really good player. And I don't think it is an overreaction to suggest that if he can maintain even 80% of this level, he will be probably a top 10 player next year.
Yeah, he's level with Mutet, and look where he's only 2 behind his cousin. There's a bit of a battle between the two going on again.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And João Fonseca doing well to stay above him at the moment. I think that could be a battle maybe for next year. But I think that just puts everything into perspective.
He's got to be the most improved player for the year.
Oh, for sure. That puts like life into perspective, that never give up on your dreams, because he has proven he's been on the tour for years and nothing's really ever happened for him. And he was just waiting. I think he even said in like an interview before the tournament that he won, he just said, I know if I go out there and if I can just play my best tennis, then I could win this tournament. And he got so lucky with that tournament, didn't he? Because he only got into it because somebody else dropped out at the last minute as well. That's like, everything happens for a reason. Sometimes it's just fate. You're in the right place, the right time. And I think he was. And this is now the best time of his life. I can't even imagine how he's feeling right now. Imagine that. He's going to be seeded for the Australian Open.
Yeah, no, it is big. And he did lose to Felix. But I feel with Felix, you need to put respect on his name as an indoor hardcourt player. I said it in the intro. He's one of the best in the world. He's top 5 in the world for me. He's an indoor hardcourt player. When he's playing his best, of course, we don't really know when we're going to see his best because he's very hit and miss.
Yeah.
But there's a lot at stake for Felix, and it sort of leads on nicely to the next topic. Let me just read this one. So he beat Vacherot 6-2, 6-2. It's his 4th career Masters 1000 semi-final. 2nd in Paris, 1st since Madrid 2024, and he's 1 win away from passing Musetti in the ATP race. I've sent you a tweet just now, which is the updated race, including Bublik, just for the vibes. I don't think he can do it, but it's quite funny anyway. So Musetti, 3,685 points. He needs Felix to lose this week to stay alive, and he plays Athens next week. Felix needs a final to pass Musetti. The title means he qualifies this week, and he's also then going to be playing Metz. Bublik needs the title to stay alive, and then probably needs to win Metz as well. It's not going to happen for Sasha Bublik. But never say never. It is still a possibility. It's
I love
got to
that
be
they're playing each other, though, don't you? Like, Felix and Bublik are in the race, and they're now head to head today.
Well, so it will end it for one. Well,
Yeah.
not really. It will. If Bublik beats him, it doesn't end it for Felix.
No.
But if Felix beats Bublik, it's done for Bublik.
Yeah, exactly. So it's do or die for Bublik today, and which could bring out the best of him. We don't know.
But you'd have to agree it's mainly between Musetti and Felix.
Yeah.
Based off this, Ben, who's going to do it? I tell you why it's hard, because Felix is playing in a big tournament.
He's playing it. The points are there, aren't they? It's like, if you win this match, you get so many points, and that's the problem. Like, and if he plays Metz as well, I mean, he's so good on indoor hardcourt that you would see him still doing well in Metz. I think that's the problem for Musetti, like, because he still has the backup of this other tournament, whereas Musetti is sort of relying on Felix's results. And he's now taken a wild card into an event, which is like a desperation move just to try and get more points, just joining Djokovic over in Athens, which Djokovic obviously is now, his new residence is in Greece. And I'm sure they're loving that, because now they've got a poster boy for the ATP 250. Normally he was doing the Serbia Open. Now he's doing the Athens Open, and Djokovic will be there. I don't know how much he's going to have in the tank, or how much he even really going to care about winning it. But he's, the crazy thing about Djokovic, he's still clearly, 4th in the race, and not budged. No one's even come close to even toppling Djokovic or knocking him down there. That's what happens when you get to semi-finals of pretty much every slam of the year.
But if he played a little bit more, he would have been third in the race.
Oh,
It's just a
easily.
case of playing. Like, he is the
Yeah.
third best player. Whether or not that's the case next year, I'm not so sure. But right as we're talking at the moment, then statistically he is. With this, I agree with you. I'm going also for Felix. I think there's a lot more points at stake in Paris. And I am, well, we're going to get onto our predictions very soon. But I'll give this one away because it ties into it. I think Felix will beat Bublik. So on that basis, I think it does give him a really good boost going into next week because he'll be above him and he just needs to match what Musetti does in his respective event.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put it up on the screen so you can see the race at the moment. It's highly unlikely, you'd think, that Bublik would be able to win Paris, but not outside the realm of possibility. And if Felix can just beat him in this one match, then Bublik out the running. I think one of the most impressive things here, obviously, Ben Shelton's leapfrogged Taylor Fritz in the rankings or race to Turin. He's now at number 5 in the race. Taylor Fritz dropping down to number 6 and level with De Minaur as well. So Fritz could have been in danger of dropping even lower, maybe into 7th, but could that still be possible? I don't think it matters. I think they're both pretty much secured. It's just
No, they
this
are
last,
secured. They all are
yeah. So
secured. So if you
yeah.
look at the race, you're looking at the wrong one, really. You need to look at the race on the thing. He's got the tick next to all their names.
Oh, okay.
We've
Here
got
we go.
Alcaraz, we've got Sinner, we've got Zverev,
This one.
Djokovic, Shelton, Fritz, De Minaur. They're all there. The ATP Finals qualification cup is
There you go.
3,930. So if you get to that, you're guaranteed in.
Got it.
And there we go.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Before Ben gives any fake news to anyone.
That's it. Got to speak about Jannik Sinner and his performance. Obviously, people probably thought, oh, they're going to come on here and speak about Jannik Sinner straight away. And, oh, it's a Sinner channel. No, it's not really. We got to speak about everything that's going on in Test. We will even do WTA finals preview and get that one out before the tournament starts too. We haven't forgotten about the women. Just been a very, very busy week. But Jannik Sinner, he's just looking his, impenetrable self yet again. He's been getting a little bit annoyed, even with his team, for not celebrating when he breaks in a match. This was he walking over to his box, annoyed at them. That maybe I was thinking from the perspective of his box, though. When you've watched one player and he wins so easily all the time, do you have to get up and celebrate all the time? They're probably a bit bored of just like, you broke him. Well done. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't think it's boring. I used to feel a little bit like that sometimes watching Sinner but at the moment I'm very mesmerised, and seeing him against Shelton, it was one of his best performances of the year without a doubt. I mean, the statistics don't lie. If you bring up the tweet I've sent you, his performance rating, which combines attack, conversion, steal, shot quality, all of his metrics in one. He got a 9.47 against Shelton, which was his second best of the year. We've seen him have 5 performance ratings there above 9 on an indoor hard. That's just like recent form at the moment. We saw a 9.61 against Altmaier.
That was insane, that one.
The Zverev one 9.31, Bublik 9.23. But the Shelton performance was pretty much flawless. I saw it. He was serving better than he did in the match prior. He wasn't so wobbly. Obviously, we've seen him physically struggling quite a bit.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what's going on. I keep joking around saying it's shades of Novak Djokovic. Because it is. It's very much like when he's losing the point, he's very off balance and doing all this dramatic Novak Djokovic-esque theatrics. But maybe it is some psychological move to disrupt your opponent and win matches. It wouldn't surprise me if there is some more to this, by the way, with Djokovic when he does it, because I think it really does help him. And Sinner is doing pretty much the same thing at the moment, and it seems to be helping him as well.
Learn from the best.
I don't know if I like it, but maybe he's just generally struggling. It is the end of the year. Who knows? There's so many different things to speculate about.
Much more than you'd expect.
But this wasn't cramped, this tournament. The last tournament, Shanghai, we had a lot of cramp problems with
It's
him.
the temperature and the
This is not
humidity.
that. This is just seems to be him, I don't know, just all over the place physically.
Well, it is the end of the year as well, so you've got to take that into consideration. Played a lot of tennis, and
But then
maybe
one thing though, Ben, sorry, is when he's in the rallies, you don't see any problems at all. He's completely back to normal, and he has like 25 shot rallies, and the shot quality of them rallies, you'd think, how is a man struggling and hitting the ball like this? It's just not normal.
I'm waiting to see if he introduces the classic Djokovic when he sort of stumbles and drops the racket. If he starts doing that, then I think that you're going to have a bit of a fit if you start
Well, no,
seeing.
if he does do that, then I think there's generally some psychological advice in the background where this is what you should do as a tennis player to be the very best.
And then Djokovic retires and then becomes his coach, sits in the box.
Possible.
Yeah, but the stats for Sinner just don't lie, do they? No sets dropped. His first Masters, Paris Masters semi-final, 17 consecutive sets against Ben Shelton. Only dropped 1 point on his serve in the first set. I mean, it is crazy, this level from him.
But can you
And
see now why a few weeks ago I was saying if anyone can get world number one, it's him because
yeah,
he is so formidable. And
yeah,
that is a real possibility now that he will be
mhm.
world number one for, if not a week.
Well, I went through in that news video I did as well, and it was just saying that it is still possible. If Alcaraz really flops at the ATP finals, then Sinner, if he wins that as well, he'll just end the year as world number one.
Exactly, this is what I was saying to you all. And everyone, just come for me in the comments. You come for me as
Ooh,
well.
I
I've got a
didn't
lot
come
of
for
heat
you.
for saying that it's possible.
It was
And that,
definitely
what I
possible.
base of it's not hating on Alcaraz. I really like
Ooh,
Alcaraz. I don't know what this whole agenda is that I don't like Alcaraz. I love Alcaraz. I've always really liked him as well. Um, they're both excellent tennis players. But one thing I would say about Alcaraz is towards the back end of the year, people were quoting, "Oh, he's won this event." Of course, he can win events. He's one of the best players in the world. But generally, if you compare his performance throughout the course of a season, towards the back end in the ATP finals, he's not done very well. He's not done very well in Paris. He's not done very well at these events towards the end.
exactly.
We've seen it. He's played a lot of exhibitions. There's a lot of physicality on his body, and he struggled. So it's not shocking that he's lost Paris. I thought maybe he would have turned the corner, and I even predicted him to win Paris. So it just shows what I know. But
Yeah,
Jannik Sinner is a beast on the hard courts. He is the best player in the world, without a doubt, on hard courts. And the
yeah,
stats don't lie. He's hardly lost since Davis Cup 2023. And Vacherot, I think he's got the second best record on hard courts
there you go.
in 2025. He's
That's
higher than
crazy.
Alcaraz.
Mental.
Told you, Vacherot's the best in the world.
And Felix just, well, dusted him aside. Yeah, Jannik Sinner, obviously he could do it. We don't know if it's going to happen yet. Obviously, still a lot of tennis to be played. The big thing with Alcaraz, though, is it to do with pressure? Is it to do with just fatigue? Is it to do with the fact he's just not that good on indoor hard court? Is it the fact he's now world number one again, and then the pressure gets to you and you don't start playing as well? Because he won the
No,
US Open.
it's just a build up of matches.
Last time he won the US Open, similar thing happened. And is that just because your brain, like, takes a bit of downtime and you're just like, "Oh, the season." Do you think as a tennis player, you think like, "Oh, once that slam's done, there's such a big gap to the next slam." You sort of take a little bit of time off mentally? I don't know, because it
Maybe.
would be interesting to see how they view this indoor hard court swing. Do they take it as seriously as the rest of like the rest of the tour? Because there's always a slam on the horizon and they're always building their bodies up to something. Whereas now it's a bit like they're like building only up to the ATP Tour finals, which some might say is a bit as big, but I think for tennis players, it's mainly about the slams.
Yeah, I just think it's a few different factors. The big one being probably this time of the year he's played a lot of tennis. There's no more Grand Slams, and he'd just take his mind off it a little bit. Regardless of that, he can still beat everyone, and it's not really much to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's go to the semi-finals. Let's give our predictions, and we'll start with Felix Bublik. That is the closer of the two matches. The bookmakers have Felix as slight underdog at evens, Bublik 1.8. I've already said what I think is going to happen, and I'm going to stick with it. So I'm having Felix to win that one in 3 sets.
And 3 sets looks like it would be the wise thing to pick. Last 2 times that they have played have both gone to 3 sets. It's really difficult to pick. If Felix plays his best tennis, I think he does win this match. That's my honest opinion, because I think he just has something that, I don't know, he gets into a different gear at this time of year. I think it probably will be enough. I might go for even though I've said that, just because you've picked Felix, I'm going to go the other way, because I actually want Bublik to win. I know that people are going to go, you can't just pick what you want. You pick what you actually predict. No, I want Bublik to do well. I actually
You
would
think
love...
Felix is going to win, but you're going to pick Bublik to win?
Yeah, I'm picking Bublik to win. So don't say I'm not covering both bases.
Well, you are covering both bases. You can't lose then.
My pick is Bublik. I'm going Bublik in 3.
So just to clarify for everyone listening, Ben thinks Felix is going to win, but he wants Bublik to win, so he's going to pick Bublik. So next episode, he's going to come on here and say, well, I did tell you. I told you he was going to win. Doesn't matter who's won, because you've got it right.
Well, on to the next one. Well, I've got it wrong. If Felix wins, I've got it wrong.
So if Felix wins, you've got it wrong.
It's as close as it could be. I think 3 sets. It's a tie-break decider in the 3rd.
So who are you covering on this one? Zverev and Sinner?
Yeah, I think I'll go for both. For me, they just played recently. I was impressed how well Zverev played against him recently, but I think Sinner's upped his level yet again this week, and I think that the courts being a bit slower will help Jannik Sinner, sadly for Zverev, and he'll probably moan about it afterwards that he would have beaten him if it was a faster hard court. I think Sinner will win in 2 close sets. Yeah,
and the odds for this one, Sinner 1.13, Zverev 6s.
Ugh.
It is very much... I mean, this is crazy, because I feel like even the big 3 playing against Zverev never had that short of an odds. Like Nadal's, Federer's, Djokovic, I feel like it was closer than that even on the bookmakers. But Sinner, they just seem to think he's going to demolish Zverev, and I tend to agree. I'm going to be going for straight sets for Jannik Sinner. And as much as you're saying about how the courts are so slow in this, I mean, when you watch Jannik Sinner play, it doesn't look that slow.
For me,
it doesn't look that slow. The amount of winners he's finding, it's crazy.
He still finds winners, but I just feel that if you watch some of the, even like the second serves, I feel like they're just like looping them in, and it's just it doesn't seem like it has
it's in your head a little
frenetic
bit.
pace of the regular Paris courts. But let us know in the comments if you agree with me or if you agree with JG. Are the courts really slow? Do you think it's in slow motion like me? Or do you think it's all fine and I'm just talking out of my rear end?
There we go. Wouldn't be the first. And if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll be back for more videos very soon. And of course, something on the WTA finals, which is happening imminently. See you then.